Go ahead.
Just at first glance, what are your reactions after a game like that where the guys fight back, get the first goal, fight back from 2-1, and then it goes to the distance?
It was a good hockey game. You know my thoughts on the shootout. Once it goes to a shootout, you might as well flip a coin.
Is that the type of game you want to see from your team? I mean, you don't get the results, but in a tight game against a good club like that, headed into this stretch here?
It was a good hockey game. It was tight checking hockey game. Hard to create offense, I thought. First period, not a lot going on from either team because of the checking. Second period, we gave up a couple good chances. We got a couple good chances. Third was more of the same. I mean, it was tight checking hockey game, and you know, we had our chances to win it in overtime. You know, we didn't capitalize, and their goalie made some saves, and it goes to a shootout. So I thought it was well played hockey game by both teams. I have no problem with the way we played.
A lot of people are surprised Nate didn't get an assist. The Taves goal unassisted. Is there a process to challenge something or do anything, or will you guys do anything to have it reviewed or looked at?
Yeah, there is a process. You can look at it, and if you have video proof that there's an assist, then he would get one.
Will the team go through that process?
Yeah, we can look at it. Yep.
What was the thought process on that challenge for the hand pass, and what was the explanation you were given after it was not called back?
I didn't get given one. So I'm positive it hit his glove, but like I think there's more to it than that. You know, like he directs it, like it hits his glove and goes over to the other player, and you know, there might be more to that rule than just hitting his glove, that it might need to be intentional but we'll dig into it tomorrow and see.
Goalie battle between Shesterkin and Georgiev, what did you think of Georgiev's game?
I thought it was great. Didn't like the goal against, but I thought he played great. Yeah, he made those two big saves he made on Panarin on the breakaway, and then we got beat off the wall. I think it was Kreider one-timer blocker save in the second period. Yeah, I liked the way he played a lot. I didn't love the goal against because we pop a rebound back out into the slot and then they score from behind the net. You're never going to be real happy about that, but he battled in there tonight.
Going back to the challenge, is that frustrating because we just saw one very similar hit off the cup overturned, I think, on this homestand?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. So we'll reach out to the league. They make their ruling. You're not going to. There's no argument after they make their ruling. So I thought it was worth the challenge because it hits his glove. I'm almost positive it hits his glove. We can zoom in on one of the replays. Brett had it pulled up, but we'll see what they say on it. I don't know exactly what they're going to say.
Minus those couple of missed details, you had said that you wanted to see the team play a full 60 minutes. Do you feel like you got that effort out of them?
We checked hard tonight, you know, and like I said, that was a tight checking hockey game, right? Like, so both goalies were good. I mean, it's hard to produce offense, and I thought we did a nice job of that. The scoring chances, like just looking at them in between periods, like first period was even. I dug into some of the chances against in the second. We did a nice job on our checking in the second, except for those two instances that we got saves on. So, and I thought we checked pretty well in the third too, and started to get probably a little bit more dangerous in the third offensively.
With no foul in the lineup, Dean was elevated to the second line, and they were off to a shaky start, but it obviously paid out in the end. I was curious how you knew to stick with it with that line.
Yeah, I thought all three of those guys worked hard, managed the puck well, defended hard. I thought, again, like throughout, you're not in a game like that when they're rolling and we're rolling. It's you need everybody, right? I didn't think we had any passengers tonight. We had some guys that played a little bit better than other guys, and some guys that didn't hit the top tier of their game, but they still played hard and gave us everything they had, even though, sometimes under pressure maybe we didn't handle it and break through some of their checking as well as we would have liked. I still thought they played hard and played with good intention.
Of course, Nate is someone who you're always playing in overtime. Was that how much of, I guess, your game plan tonight was just A, just trying to get him out there, and B, was the streak even a consideration, or was it you could give a damn about the streak? It was just more get your best player out there and try to win the game.
Yeah, I don't think about the streak when we're playing. Certainly, we've been trying to keep it going, as a group. I think everyone's excited for it. But in overtime, usually with Nate, he's going until he tells me he needs a breather, or I think, or if I'm reading it, that he really needs a breather.
Does he admit he needs a breather?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's responsible that way. Like he'll go, and if he gets caught out on a long one, he'll just like look over, and I'll be like, "You good?" And he's like, "I need a minute," and I'll send somebody else, But usually it's every second shift for a few reps anyway, and if he's feeling good, he goes again. If he's not, he'll tell me he needs a breather, and we put somebody else out. He's a most dangerous guy, right? Like out of the forward group especially, and so I like to move him around with a couple different guys.
Sorry about that. With the streak, I asked Andrew about it, and he said that as long as you've been in the league, he said 35 straight home games with a point, it's hard to even like wrap your head around. If the streak did end, just your thoughts on it kind of overall and how
It's incredible. I mean, really, it's incredible. It just speaks to the consistency and the high level of play for that long. It's incredible. I mean, look at who he's trying to track down, Gretzky at 40.
Was it ever distracting, wearing
I don't
the
think
streak?
so. I don't think so. I think it's a positive thing, guys are excited for him, and, guys get excited on our team when other players hit milestones and, have big nights, and, it's a tight group in there. And so I think it's been a real positive thing, like, especially down the last little bit. I don't think anyone thinks about it when he's at 15, 16, 17, 20, whatever, but you start getting to the, when he starts passing the number 3 and number 2 on the list, I think guys are all like really rooting for him.
Between this game and the game at Madison Square Garden, any big overarching lessons that you put in your back pocket if you see this team down the line at the end?
Well, you always take like things out of the games that you think worked, the things you got to do better. Like that's basically what our game review is every game that we play, and what we could have done better and what we could have maybe exploited more, and what we have to look out for on the checking side of it. We make our notes and move on for the next night.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Fun is a game like that where you feel like the result isn't what you guys want?
Yeah, I feel defensively they're such a good team, and we kind of matched that and played really smart hockey for pretty much the whole game. And it's fun having 1-1, 2-1 scores and not 5-4.
You guys, you're able to get a little bit of that goal support. You've talked about that recently, being able to not have to be chasing the game the whole time. How much easier does that make your job?
Yeah, definitely makes it easier. There's good structure, your role as well to make that big save when it's needed. Helps a lot.
Maybe some technicalities, but Nate's point streak comes in, and just thoughts on 35 straight games at one.
Yeah, super impressive. I mean, incredible player. It's hard to get 10 game point streak, and he's been scoring every game. Great for him, and I'm sure he's more concerned about us winning and making the playoffs. He was not cheating at any point of the game. He was playing smart hockey, even if it meant playing defense. He did that, so big respect.
What's your mentality when you enter a shootout, and take us through some of the shots that you saw tonight?
Yeah, just play them fair, be in the moment and read what they're doing.
Thanks.
Yeah, things are fine, different ways to get pucks in it. So,
Did you guys just feel like you were having trouble getting through it? It's just starting to look like you guys kind of took over there in the third period.
yeah, I mean, I feel like we had some momentum in the third there. I think for us when we're rolling, I feel like we're getting pucks to the net, but then we also have bodies at the net too. So, yeah, at times we did, and I think that's maybe where we lacked in that. I think just getting in those high danger areas. Yeah.
What do you think could be learned from both these matchups? We lost some overtime and shootout to the end.
Yeah, I mean, both these ones are just two hard-working teams. Obviously, the Rangers have a lot of skill, and that's going to be a good postseason team. So these are the types of teams we're going to see in the next 5, 6, 7 games here. So we're finishing the season running with a lot of playoff teams, which is good for us. Obviously, we can get a tune-up, but I still think there's a lot of good things that we can take out of tonight. But yeah, overall, just we got to be able to generate a little bit more, I think.
MacKinnon's point streak came to an end today, the home one in the 19-gamer. I guess just what are your thoughts on it now that it's kind of all over to see it go 35 games like that at home?
Did he not get assist on Taser's goal?
They called it an own goal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought he did. Yeah, I mean, it's it's one game. I think it's not like he took the night off. I feel like he was still finding ways to generate and stuff like that. Just sometimes those bounces don't go your way, and for us, like I said, again, it just goes back to as a group making sure we do a better job supporting each other on the ice and giving each other better scoring opportunity, whether it's going to the net or we're getting shot through from the point. So.
Coach talked about playing the full 60 minutes. I mean, do you feel like you've had that full team effort for?
Yeah, I feel like tonight's game was definitely a step in the right direction compared to last game. I think we did there was no lack of effort tonight in a lot of different areas. I think I feel like we gave them a lot of minimal scoring opportunities. Obviously, the one goal they get is what it is. I haven't even seen the replay yet, but for us, again, I think there's a lot of positives, but I'm sure when we watch the video, there's going to be some tune-up things as well.
Bednar has talked about how over the course of this season, this team has developed an ability not to panic when they're down in games. I was curious from your perspective how that's taken shape, especially in a game like tonight where you're fighting to get back every inch of the game.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we're a pretty even-keeled team for the most part. Obviously, we have some guys that are emotional, and I think that just generates more drive in the team than anything. So for us, it's just we got to remain even keel, and I think that's what the best teams do. And I felt like tonight, even when they got the second one, we were right back on the horse and getting pucks to their net. So just a couple unlucky bounces, and got to learn from that one again.
Thank you, Cale. Thank you, Cale.